Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and whatever else is watching. My name is Nick, and I'm playing in this gameplay session a little indie title called Freeze Me. This is a Wii U exclusive title that appeared at the beginning of this month. Well, at the end of the previous month. Don't know it exactly. I had a few hours of playtime with it, and you'll be seeing a few outtakes of that during this video. I must say that, this game is inspired. Well, the creators say that this game is inspired by the 3D platformers from the Nintendo 64 and PlayStation 1 era. And to be honest, how do I say it? That era of platformers, or during that era, I did not play any platformers. I have not. Oh yeah, little quickly in between. I like this part of this game, but continue my thought first. I never played Super Mario 64, Donkey Kong 64, never played Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, or Conker's Bad Fur Day, or Crash Bandicoot, or Spyro the Dragon, or whatever else on 3D platformers you can guess. I never played any of those. During that era I was totally focused on every other kind of games except platformers. I have great variety of N64 games, featuring GoldenEye, Mario Kart, Perfect Dark, Mortal Kombat Trilogy, and all that kind of stuff. And even Formula 1 racing. That's also with Mario Kart. Yeah, I have a variety of games. Legend of Zelda, don't forget Legend of Zelda. All those kind of games, but never any platformer. So, going into this game, I am actually, not completely unaware of 3D platformers, because during the GameCube era I have played Super Mario Sunshine. I've also played Super Mario Galaxy, and I have played, Sonic Adventure. So, totally unaware of 3D platformers, I'm not. And that was a totally Yoda sentence. Okay. And going back to this game, I must say, I think this game has character. And that's what I like about it. The art style is fresh, it's vibrant colors. The music is, joyful. And the story, as you could have seen, is utterly silly, which is totally in line with, how do I say it? Yeah, with platformers of that day, with most of the games of that day. So, what do you say? But I do think this game has character. And as you saw in the beginning, which I also noted, there is a in-game manual they actually made a manual with its own art style, which actually makes me harken back again to that era of Super Nintendo and 64, where every game came with a paper manual that explained the game to you. The games you weren't actually taught during gameplay. No, you were pretty much thrown into the deep and learn about it from the manual. And that's something I like. However, if you look at the actual e-manual that comes with the game, that is when you press the home button and go to the manual, that thing is utterly empty. Yes, it's totally empty. Well, you have copyright information and it explains what controllers are supported by this game. Personally, I think either the gamepad or the Wii remote are the best, just because of the freezing mechanic. And I have to say, this game has a lot of good points. It is, well, like I said, I like the graphic style, this cartoony looking, a little bit cel shaded. The music is, well, it does not get tiresome. However, it doesn't stick out either. It blends into the background. Nice. And, well, it is a joyful tune. For the rest, I like the freezing mechanic. It gives some puzzle elements to the platforming. Also timing based and everything. And your range of actions that you can do, of platforming actions, is pretty, well, solid. At least the possibilities. And I think with all of that, it makes this game have a lot of character. Does this game have negative points? Unfortunately, yes. But I will explain that. First, something about what is a little bit about more about the premise. As we are reaching now the hub world. Yes. This game has a hub world. It's actually a small area that allows you to go to the different kind of levels. I will be showing two different levels here, and they are all connected through the hub world through all those portals. You will be seeing, yeah, this is one of those portals. I have only at this point Sunshine Valley unlocked, but I will show later on another one. And in each of these worlds, these areas, you have to discover a couple of cubes. When you start a level or one mission, the intro movie shows you the direct path to that, to the golden cube. And they also have these signs that tell you to, here you have one, a yellow one that says got lost, and then an arrow, that's where you have to go. And in each area you have several of them. You have to find a number of cubes. I have discovered that even if you start an area with a specific cube as a goal, you don't necessarily have to gather that cube. You can also do a totally different mission. You are free to explore the areas to your own liking. And that gives it a little bit of an, well, it gives it a little bit of focus, linearity due to, well, you have set missions. It guides the player to those missions. Oh yeah, this is an area where you can also find other collectibles by doing little missions. In this case, green. As you can see, I did that. However, this is also one of the negatives I found with this game. I collected this Bitcoin earlier, and that's why the Bitcoin is now black instead of green. But as you could see in the dialogue, even though you cannot collect a collectible multiple times, the dialogue of the pig does not acknowledge it. It does not acknowledge you as if you have actually been there before, as if you have actually spoken to him, as if you have actually completed his mission already. And that's a little bit sad. It makes it game rather unpolished and finished, as it were. And don't keep holding those enemies for too long. But to continue, in this game, yeah, you have several cubes. Yeah, you are free to explore to your own content. And you will also see that you will find a number of, well, how do I put this? You'll find a number of references to those old N64 games. For example, the first one you will get to see is painted on a wall as graffiti the words "Get Alive", signed by the plumber. Well, we can all guess which plumber that is. Yeah, that's Mario. And well, when you collect more of those golden cubes by doing these missions, you will also unlock new areas. Yeah, in the right, in the back, you see "Get Alive" as red graffiti on the wall. That thing is a thing I think is, well, nice character. Makes this game give some character to it, and it's. But yeah, but is it all nice and dandy? No, there is also a lot wrong. Like I said, the negative, the game does not recognize. Well, it does recognize that you have already completed the mission, hence that you cannot collect a green Bitcoin more than once. But that does not reflect into the characters. And that's too bad. And again, if you see on the right there, those balls are falling. However, there was a shadow that just did not have a corresponding object just yet. And you will see that more often. There are shadows casted on the ground through of objects that are actually, well, not visible from your current position, from the shadow's position. This is a boss fight, and this is rather nice, because I was thinking, hey, you have to throw them, but as long as you don't, you also will have to use the freezing mechanic once more. Going up here, you don't have to use the freezing mechanic. However, in order to hurt him, you will have to throw these things at him.
Yeah.
And as you can see, it doesn't matter how far it is that those things explode. As long as he is frozen, those things will hurt him. That's where the freezing mechanic once again comes into play. Which is best done by having the Wii remote aim at your screen or by tapping the screen on your gamepad. And here you also saw another glitch or another unfinished bit. I was tapping B a lot, and yet R is the main protagonist, did not want to pick up that enemy. And that's a little bit sad, and it's that kind of unpolished. And actually this game has a lot of glitches like that. However, most glitches, yeah, if you get enough golden cubes, a challenge minigame will open up. But there are a number of glitches in this game. However, not all those glitches are actually bad. To be honest, most of the glitches actually save me from the biggest problem this game has. And that are the controls. The freezing mechanic works perfectly. The platforming on the other hand does not. Yes, this is a small little challenge mini level. And this is also where you're seeing where, well, the controls are a very big problem. Like the regular areas, these challenge areas are in 2D. So you'll be traveling on just a 2D plane. What is the problem with the yeah, there? It did nothing. I was standing next to it and it wrappers all around. It just goes back and forth. And here you see a little bit of the problems I have with the controls. And that's more worse in 3D levels. Because if you touch a wall or a object, R quickly I could have just better killed myself here, because there is no way to get all the 20 blue pick coins now when you fall down in this challenge level. But R goes sidling against the wall or sticking against the wall, making some platforming practically impossible. Well, all for nothing when I'm not even moving R towards the wall. Actually, when I and in these levels, actually the wall slide hardly works. Here it worked, but now to get up there I have to do wall jumps. In this area it still works, however, as you can see here, I am pressing against the wall and R first tries to float somewhere, do stupid stuff, instead of clinging to the wall, making me ready for a wall jump. Here again, it's just so silly. The game allows you to do some things where actually it puts itself in a glitched state. Like here, I'm moonwalking upwards. It's just, I should not be able to stand up in that part. And yet the game allows you to and make you glitch. And the frustration with these controls is with these challenge levels big. In 3D levels, the wall and that R sticks to wall for wall jumps is actually a lot easier, making it even so easy that it becomes cumbersome. I even stick to walls when I don't want to stick to walls. I let go of the controls and I still keep sticking to those walls. And that is a problem. And the platforming, even the analog stick, you either go slow or you go fast. And with the platforms of how far they are apart, it is very difficult aiming to get on them. There is one level I played, it took me about an hour. Yeah, this is a second area. A very cool area. Also the music, I really dig this music. But I have had so much troubles with the controls and trying to get on just the most simplest of blocks. Yeah, this allows you to teleport instantly over towards areas you already have visited, so that you don't have to walk over them towards them. But that's the problem with the movement, jumping, the sticking to walls when I don't want to stick to walls. And this also, now the camera is shaking, and that's because I got hit during a cam set moment, where I was actually in a moment of freezing. And the camera keeps shaking. The only way to resolve this is by going back to a cam set and then manually go out again. And now the camera once more. And it is that kind of unpolished that actually makes this game, well, unfinished and also sometimes a little bit frustrating to play. And this game has character, but its biggest problem is that it is unfinished and so unpolished. Most glitches, and that was in this level, I had to climb a tower, but there was a little ledge where in any other game you would not be able to stand on it, or you would slide off it instantly. But in this game it allowed me to stand on air. Yes, I wasn't standing on I didn't wasn't standing on anything. But because there was this small tiny ledge, the collision box of art still got, and again here, I wasn't standing on top of it, and it already becomes green. And that's just so silly. It is that kind of glitching that also has helped me climbing the tower, because otherwise I would have tried to jump platform back up again. And platforming in this game is really not the best thing. It's difficult with these controls. So if you wonder, would I recommend this game buying, or would I recommend you to buy this game? Well, if you liked the platforming games of the N64 and the PlayStation 1, such as Super Mario 64, Donkey Kong 64, Spyro the Dragon, then yeah, the character of this game might entice you, make this game enjoyable. Because, to be frank, those games would probably had, during that era, probably had similar, well, not so slick controls, because during the time the controls did become better. And that's what I'm measuring these controls at. current day standards. So you might find this game fun to play, because actually I did enjoy my play session, even though the controls were frustrating. However, you're not such a big fan of it, or you have never played this, then I probably, even though this game goes for about 14 euros or 13.99 to be exact on the Nintendo eShop, I don't think it can be recommended as, hey, try this, buy it to just try out whether you like the game or not. This game could have done with a demo just for people to try it out, to see whether they would have liked it. However, there is no such demo, and that's why I cannot really recommend buying this just out of nowhere. This game really is made for those people who liked the N64 and the PlayStation 1, and especially the platformers on this game. And it's those gamers that probably will also enjoy this game. For any other people, yeah, there are probably better games to spend your money on. Well, it definitely is. Yeah, it's not a game that you want to spend money on without. This here actually shows the freezing mechanic in the average gameplay, not just the boss fight. Because it took me a while to figure out, because I had done a number of levels where you did not really need to use the freezing mechanic, but then I remembered again, so it took me a while before I figured this out, how to get on top of things. But again, here the 3D part of it makes it very difficult to get on top of that cube. You either are not far enough, or you totally overshoot the block, and that's just sad. However, when I got this level, golden cube really reminds you again why this game is called Freeze Me. And that's because, yeah. So to close this off, I think I will allow you to enjoy this level. My recommendation of this game is buy it if you like Banjo-Kazooie, if you like Golden Sun, and you are of Golden Sun. How do I get on that game? If you like Super Mario 64, if you like Donkey Kong 64 and platformers like that, because otherwise, no, spend your money on something else. This game is just too unpolished, too unfinished to be considered a good buy, especially a blind buy. So enjoy my antics of getting up there. And next we have a number, and now we have to stand on top of the white faces again. Man, this song is really good. That's something I have to say. I really like this song. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the music at least. Controls on the other hand. Oh yeah, you have a lot of achievements. Well, not a lot, actually a few. 18. But hey, that's it for this episode. I thank you for watching, and if you have any thoughts, then leave them in the comments below. I invite you to view my other work if you enjoyed this video. You can go there by clicking on the links on the screen or in the description below. Or you can check out my channel. However, for now I say goodbye and see you later.